Venezuela, on alert. Kinzhal hypersonic missile crosses the Caribbean undetected. The early morning began like any other in the Caribbean, with a calm atmosphere, moderate waves, and a clear sky that invited tranquility. However, behind this apparent normality, an event was unfolding that, according to military sources and international analysts, could represent a turning point in hemispheric security. At 3:17 a.m. local time, a high-speed object reportedly crossed the region's maritime airspace without triggering any early warning system from the United States or NATO surveillance systems deployed in the Atlantic. It was only minutes later, when commercial satellites reviewed their records, that the unthinkable was confirmed. The thermal signature matched the flight profile of a Russian Kinzhal hypersonic missile. According to reports obtained by international news outlets, the missile was not launched against any target, nor did it exhibit any offensive maneuvers. What was surprising, disturbing, and sent shockwaves through Washington and Brussels was precisely the opposite. It flew like a ghost, without being detected in real time by the systems created precisely to intercept threats of this type. Although there is still no official statement blaming Venezuela for the launch, several analysts speculate that the missile may have been part of a joint test with Russian technicians deployed in the region. Over the past few months, Moscow has strengthened military cooperation with Caracas, including advanced technical support and specialized training. For many, this incident seems to fit perfectly into that pattern. The Kinzhal, known for its hypersonic capabilities exceeding Mach 9 and its ability to execute unpredictable maneuvers, has been one of the most studied and feared weapons in the Russian arsenal. The fact that a system with such speed, kinetic energy, and evasive capabilities crossed the Caribbean without triggering U.S. early warning systems is what has most alarmed specialists. For years, the United States has maintained that its aerospace systems can track virtually any launch in the Western Hemisphere. But this time, the evidence contradicts that narrative. Within Venezuela, the news generated mixed reactions. Some official media outlets highlighted the country is moving toward independent strategic strengthening, though without directly mentioning the incident. Other sectors, concerned about potential diplomatic repercussions, requested urgent clarification from the authorities to prevent unnecessary escalation of tensions. Meanwhile, citizens reacted with a mixture of unease and national pride on social media, where the issue quickly became a trending topic. Meanwhile, the Pentagon has begun an internal review of its monitoring systems. Experts suggest that a missile flying at variable altitudes, with non-ballistic trajectories and speeds exceeding 10,000 kilometers per hour could create temporary blind spots, even in the most advanced sensors. Whatever happened this morning exposed precisely one of those vulnerabilities. The international community is now demanding clarity. Who launched the missile? For what purpose? And how is it possible that one of the most heavily guarded areas on the planet was penetrated by a hypersonic device without anyone detecting it in time? This incident, according to experts, could be just the first chapter of a technological crisis and geopolitics in full development. As the hours pass, the secrecy surrounding the matter raises more questions than answers. Washington, normally quick to issue statements regarding any airspace violation, has maintained a calculated silence, which analysts interpret as a sign that the internal information is more sensitive than expected. When the United States is silent, it's because something big is being assessed, noted a former intelligence analyst interviewed by Global Defense. In Caracas, the situation is equally unclear. The Ministry of Defense has neither confirmed nor denied whether Venezuelan personnel participated in or were aware of a hypersonic missile test. However, anonymous sources within the Bolivarian National Armed Forces claim that Russian advisors have been working on advanced aerospace defense capabilities for months. Could a training exercise or demonstration have spiraled out of control? Or was it, on the contrary, a meticulously planned operation to gauge the reaction capabilities of Western powers? The most debated possibility among experts is that it was a demonstration flight, a geopolitical message disguised as a routine test. Russia has already carried out similar maneuvers near Allied territories to display their most sophisticated weapons without needing to issue explicit warnings. The Caribbean, a key strategic corridor for the United States since the Cold War, would be a perfect setting for such a maneuver. Another worrying element emerged after the analysis of the thermal pattern captured by low-orbit satellites. The Kinzhal did not follow a straight or uniform trajectory. It made 3 abrupt corrections of the trajectory, is something only advanced missiles can execute without losing stability. For some experts, this indicates that the flight was not accidental. It was intentionally designed to test the enemy's tracking capabilities. But what was most unsettling for Washington wasn't the missile's presence itself, but what it reveals about the future of air warfare. The inability to detect it in real time means that any attempt to intercept it would be virtually impossible. If 2 decades ago radars were battling stealth aircraft, today the challenge is far greater, intercepting projectiles that fly faster than a bullet and change trajectory mid-flight. Meanwhile, neighboring countries have requested urgent information from the Organization of American States. Colombia, the Dominican Republic, and Trinidad and Tobago are awaiting technical data to determine if their own sensors detected anomalies during the missile's flight. So far, none have reported any early warning signs. On social media, where the news quickly became a global trend, the conversation oscillates between technological fascination and fear of military escalation. Many Venezuelan users interpret the episode as a demonstration of the country's renewed geostrategic power, while others fear possible sanctions, reprisals, or diplomatic pressure. Globally, major powers are watching cautiously. China has called for restraint and analysis. Technical, while the European Union expressed concern about moves that disrupt the regional stability. The mystery remains unsolved. No one yet knows for sure who controlled that missile, why it traveled that distance, or what it reveals about the future of hypersonic warfare in the Western Hemisphere. What is clear is that the Caribbean is no longer a peaceful place. It is the new chessboard of a military competition that is just beginning. The silent passage of the Kinzhal missile through the Caribbean continues to generate geopolitical ripples that reverberate endlessly across the region. What initially appeared to be an isolated incident is now being interpreted as a turning point that could redefine the defense architecture of the Western Hemisphere. Experts warn that the Caribbean has officially become a stage for the hypersonic era, a stage where speed surpasses reaction time and where invisibility depends not on stealth technology, but on pure physics. Over the past 48 hours, new leaks from U.S. defense groups have revealed even more disturbing data. Orbital sensors only detected the missile's trail after it had completely left the area. Simply put, the missile appeared in the records when it was already too late to do anything. For military intelligence, this is tantamount to being blind in an area considered critical for over 70 years. The Caribbean, due to its position between North America, South America, Europe, and the open Atlantic, it is too valuable a space to be left out of this race. But while governments analyze and satellites study, the population observes with a mixture. The incident has sparked astonishment and fear, igniting discussions about sovereignty, air safety, and international alliances. Many are asking, what exactly does it mean for a hypersonic missile capable of exceeding 9 times the speed of sound to cross the region without any warning? Is it a warning, a demonstration, a political message? What is beyond doubt is that this episode will mark a turning point. The region has entered the era of hypersonic warfare, and the whole world knows it. Nothing will ever be completely predictable again. If you enjoyed this information and want more impactful, surprising, and insightful reports like this one, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any episodes of these stories that are putting the world on alert. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.